Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Spooky Tangents. Happy Halloween. It is I, Jake, on this side. This is my costume. I am my Halloween costume is Jake for this
Yeah,
episode. And on the other
yeah. And I'm
mic
dressing up.
is
I'm dressing up. Yeah, I'm going as Edward this Halloween. I don't like TV shows. Maybe I'll watch Hannibal in,
in 10
I don't know,
years.
like 10 years. Maybe I just can't. I can't watch TV. It's like 45 minutes out of my day. I just can't.
Yeah, dude, you
It's
should
time waste.
if you're gonna be me, you need to wear a shirt that says that. It's like no TV, no TV allowed. No TV watching.
Yeah, yeah.
uh, everybody, welcome back. It is, I believe this is the last episode of Scary Tangents. Not that we might
Yeah.
not watch a scary movie out of season anyway. We might stay, don't get comfortable. Um, but this is the last of them for this Halloween spooky season. It always feels like this season comes and goes so fast. Like I always have a bunch of horror movies. Like funnily enough, like the movie for this week I've had for like years.
Same.
Yeah, like for
That's it.
years.
Kronos has been sitting on my watch list forever,
Well, but it's
man.
not only on my watch list because also The Devil's Backbone has been on my watch list forever, but also like on my for the podcast movie list. Like on the
Uh,
list of movies that I want us to watch for this show, The Devil's Backbone of Cronos has been there, dude, for years. And every like
uh,
and every like Halloween season comes and I just pick other movies and then it's gone and I'm like, well, I don't want to watch these movies out of season. Um,
right.
but it's also fruitful watching this now because Guillermo's trending because of that Frankenstein's movie that it's getting like a bunch of buzz from what I understand.
Yeah, oh, he's like the perfect director to
Oh,
do that movie.
100%. Yeah.
He's got it, that gothic,
hmm
that gothic horror.
hmm
He's got the touch for that.
Like I saw
It's
the.
funny. It's funny you mentioned
Go
the
ahead.
Devil's Backbone. I just saw something where Joe Hill was naming his favorite horror movies.
Mm.
That's Stephen King's
hmm
son,
hmm
and Devil's Backbone was one of them that he
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah. And I can only guess. I mean, part of me feels like I've seen parts of it before. Like I have like a vague memory that I will only confirm once I'm able to actually see the movie because I think I saw parts of it on TV like a long, long time ago. Like 15 years ago, like 15, 17, 18 years ago. So we'll see, but I am excited for that. But no, he literally is the perfect guy. I know that he had for a while like a swamp thing that he wanted to do, and I hope he does it.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
and
yeah.
recently I heard that he wants to do like a remake of the Phantom of the Opera, not the Phantom of the Paradise, which we watched, but the movie that inspired that, the Phantom of the Opera, or the story that inspired it anyway. Um,
Oh yeah, he would. Yeah, that would be perfect for
right?
Guillermo del Toro. Pretty much any of those Universal monster
Yes,
movies.
yeah,
If you wanted to do like Lee Wanell, at least with Invisible Man, he did a good
he did
job
a
with
good
a
job.
modern take. But if
hmm
you want to capture that same feeling from the originals,
hmm
but just in a modern setting,
He's the
get Guillermo
man.
del Toro.
Yeah, he's the
That's the guy
man.
to do it.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
man. I don't know if they would trust him. I don't know if they would, because the funny thing with Guillermo is that he always wants to do everything practical. So I don't know if they would be like, yeah, we'll
Right.
give you the money and time to do it. But whenever people do it, it always pays off. The guy's like so good. Um,
Whoever, if anyone's got the money, it's Universal.
yeah, but
I mean, he kind of already did Creature from the Black Lagoon too,
yeah,
basically.
basically. I
I
mean,
mean, Shape of
literally.
Water, that's basically
Yeah,
what's Creature from the Black Lagoon.
yeah, 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 100%.
Is that movie, I'm going to guess no, but is that movie officially a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie? Like, is it Universal? Is that, or is it just inspired by it?
I'm pretty sure it's inspired by it. Like,
That's what I think, but
because
I
I
didn't.
I think that movie is technically classified as an original film. Like, it's not, you know. I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure also that he probably tried to make a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, and they're probably
Right.
like, no, and there he was like, well, I'm just gonna make it anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. It says it's directly inspired by the 1954 film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I've seen that
That's what I
movie.
thought.
Yeah, that movie's pretty good.
Yeah, Shape of Water's good. It's a
Yeah.
little weird.
Well, I mean, I don't mean Shape of Water. I mean the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's a
It's a
classic, you
classic.
know.
The
Yeah, it's
the
one of
creature's pretty
he's
good.
part of the Universal monster family. You know, you see
Yeah.
him up there with the rest of them.
Yeah, but I didn't love The Shape of Water. Like,
It's all right.
I never really loved that movie. I always thought it was like okay. I thought it was kind of overrated, honestly.
Yeah, same here.
Because then he
It's
won
kind of
like best
weird.
director. He won a bunch of stuff for that movie, and I was like, really, this movie? But it always feels like there are people. Because Guillermo, it's interesting watching this movie that we watched, which was I think it was made in '93. The thought that I had was like, Guillermo must be old. Like I was like, how old is Guillermo? Let me look this up. How old is this guy? Guillermo
Seems
del
like he
Toro.
hasn't aged. It seems like he's been 50 for
Yeah,
for
he's
30 years
61.
now.
Yeah,
Oh, he is.
yeah.
Oh, he's getting up there.
He's getting up there. But that was my thought. I was like, how old is this guy? Because he made this movie like 30 years ago. So I was like, how old is this dude? This dude's been around forever, just like making these movies. But the point that I was trying to make is that it always feels like with some directors, like Del Toro, it often feels like they're like owed, you know? Like I think about like how Scorsese finally won Best Director for The Departed, right? After so many decades, from Goodfellas or Casino or Taxi Driver or any movie that he made, Fighting Bull, the King of Comedy, like any movie that he made that he just continuously was snubbed, right? A whole career of being snubbed. And then he
Yeah.
got to The Departed and they're like, just give it to the guy, just give it to him. And then he got like the Oscar for that movie, which I think was presented to him by like Spielberg and like Ford Coppola and like George Lucas. Like his peers presented it to him, which is fascinating to me because it was like, okay, this was like a legacy win for Scorsese. It's debatable whether or not in 2006 he was the best, director per se, but he got
Yeah.
the Oscar. And for me, The Shape of Water kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like, oh, the guy made a really good movie. Let's just give it to him. Like
Right.
he's had a whole, by that point, by The Shape of Water, he had like a 20, I think 27 year spanning career. So it almost felt like just give it to the guy, just give it to
Yeah.
him, just give it the movie to him. You
Did
know?
so he won Best Director for Shape of Water?
Yes,
Did
he
it win
did.
Best Picture?
I don't know. Let me look up. Like,
Got nominated, I'm pretty
yeah, let
sure.
me look up
That's a weird
Oscars.
one to win Best Picture. I mean, if it was better, I would have no problem with a movie. That'd be cool, like a monster movie winning Best Picture. But
Yeah,
you know what is weird to me about Shape of Water? I just couldn't really get past the like bestiality aspect of it. It just was
yes,
weird, man.
yeah,
Like, I'm sorry, this is
yeah,
weird. Like that thing
yeah.
was a
It was
creature.
a creature.
Because like I get that it was a Beauty and the Beast thing, and you can do that like with King
Yeah, but
Kong, they did that.
the beast becomes a man by the end of that movie.
Right.
It's like okay,
Yeah,
it's like enough of
she's
this.
actually banging it.
Uh,
She actually has sex with that thing, and it's like,
yes.
okay, something
Yes.
wrong. I'm,
So
I'm like that
wrong.
gas station guy in No Country for Old Men. Is
It's
something
so
wrong?
wrong.
I was like, why is this woman having
Yeah.
sex with a fish monster?
So let me see.
This
It
is
won. This is what it won. This is what it was nominated for. He did won Best Director because I knew it did won Best Picture. Won Best Picture.
oh my
It
god,
won Best Music and it won probably Best yeah, Best Production Design. So it won those four. But it was nominated for everything. Like literally everything. It was nominated for screenplay, cinematography, costumes, sound editing, sound mixing, film editing. It was nominated for everything. But the main thing was that it won directing and it won Best Picture. Which it was okay, let's for argument's sake look at what it was running up against. So this would be Oscars for the 2018 Oscars. For the movies from 2017. Let me see. So this is what it beat for Best Picture, and this is what's fascinating to me. I know this is kind of like an early Oscar. This is a tangent. I didn't plan this. We'll probably. I want to actually revisit a topic like this when we get closer to the Oscar season in February again. Um,
sure.
Especially when taking into context like PTA and the movie that he put out, and how things are going to shape up with everybody by the time that we get there. But that's beside the point. So it was Shape of Water. So for Best Picture, it beat Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
The only ones of those I have not seen were Darkest
I haven't
Hour
seen
and
it.
The Post. I haven't seen,
I haven't seen.
but
Funnily
I've
enough, I
seen.
was thinking about Darkest Hour like today, because funnily enough, I was thinking about this exact same subject, like about legacy awards, because Gary Oldman won Best Actor that year for his performance as Churchill in The Darkest Hour, and he beat Day-Lewis and Timothée Chalamet and Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out. Like he beat all those guys. And in retrospect, it feels like one of them should have won instead of Gary Oldman. But that was like a very much like Gary Oldman's old, and we should probably give him at least one Oscar. And so they just gave it to him. You know,
Gary's old, man.
he's old.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean Dunkirk kind of stinks.
I disagree
Phantom
with that.
Threat.
I don't feel that way. What I do believe is that in terms of like who should have won Best Director, I thought Nolan should have won Best Director for Dunkirk. Because from that year, and these were the nominees for director. It was Del Toro, it was Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, and Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread. And out of those five, I feel like the most deserving was Nolan for sure. I don't think it was Del Toro. And Jordan Peele should not even have been nominated.
No, Get Out shouldn't have been nominated for any of the. It won Best
It won
Screenplay,
Best
right?
Screenplay, yeah.
That's just
Which I'm not,
it's
I feel like I made the argument that you about how it should have not been then, but now I feel like I need to rewatch that movie and then see if I double down on my thought from like 10 years ago.
I've seen Get Out a number of times, and I'm like,
I've only
yeah,
seen it the one
there's
time.
not. I'm like, there's not anything
Yeah.
really magnificent here. It's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, there's it has what it needs to have, which are themes, and something to chew on. But
Yeah.
I would say that doesn't make it great. That makes it
No.
that's like bare
That's the
minimum.
bare minimum. That's the bare
I
minimum.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I just and like when you can guess the twist of the movie through from the trailer alone, I think I've said that before.
Yeah.
It's like, all
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But they didn't play it like that. They played it like it was supposed to be a surprise, and it's like, it's not. Um, Dude, The Post looks like one of those movies that I would just
This is an
like.
Oscar bait movie. It's like the
Uh,
Oscar. It's like the please give me another one. You know, it's like I haven't seen that movie. I do plan to because I want to watch. I guess what we could say are like essential Spielberg movies. And I think for late career Spielberg, The Post, from what I understand, and The Fablemans, which is kind of like a biographical movie about his own life, I feel like those are the kind of like in his late career. I feel like those are the essentials. But I've seen some clips from The Post, and it is the most like it's the most just like telegraphing emotion to the audience. Like it's the most like please give me an Oscar at age 80 or whatever. How old is Spielberg?
oh, it's Meryl Streep,
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Hanks,
Hanks, Saul Goodman.
and boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like just boredom, dude.
78.
Like just the concept.
That's
I'm
all
at an
it
age
is.
now too where when I was in college and really like trying to learn the ropes of storytelling, I was someone who I would just consume all kinds of stories. And I do still to some extent now, but now I don't fault myself for just being like, yeah, that doesn't sound interesting to me. Sorry,
Yeah,
and just not viewing something on account of that.
yeah,
I still
I
love
agree.
every genre. I like almost every genre of
Yeah,
storytelling. It's not that I'm just like some junkie for one type of film or one type of book. Like I love all storytelling genres,
yeah,
but just some more than others, obviously. But yeah, like at this point in my life, I'm like, if just the concept doesn't sound interesting to me, I'm just like, yeah. And like this with The Post, it's like, what
no,
it says right here. I just saw it. Why isn't that coming up now? It was like some people try to at the Times trying to publish the Pentagon Papers. I'm
yeah,
like,
something like
oh,
that. Yeah,
ah,
but I do. This is the thing about me, and you know this. I am a bit of like a filmography freak with some filmmakers, where I do
yeah,
like to get, I did that recently, the most recent one of those, and the only one I did this year, I think, so far, was with Wong Kar-wai, the filmmaker from Hong Kong, the guy that made In the Mood for Love. I watched all of his movies, except for The Grandmaster. I still need to watch that. But I watched, like, chronologically, I watched his films. So I like doing that. I like just kind of being like, I like this guy. I've seen some good movies. Let me see, like, the greatest hits. Let me see his films. So there's a little bit of that with me, and that's kind of why I want to watch The Post. But also, I like movies about the post office, or I like movies about newspapers. Like, one of my favorite, I guess I would say, like, underappreciated, very low key movie that very few people talk about, but I think it's, like, actually fantastic, is Spotlight. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I don't think so.
It's the movie.
Spotlight.
Yeah, it's like the movie about, I think, how this newspaper, I think it was in Boston. I might be wrong about the like where it's based on. It's about the newspaper journalist
Oof.
that broke
Oh,
the story with the popes and the corruption and the predatory behavior that was in the church.
oh, man, this looks like something I would just dread
Oh, dude,
watching.
it's so good. It's such a good movie, dude.
Oh,
It's such a
I
good
just
movie.
hate, dude. I hate biopics, man.
Yeah.
Like with obviously, I love Goodfellas. I like biopics where it's like, oh, this person's life was actually interesting.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
Oh,
Like you're like I know that it's one of those. Like, it's one of those movies, and that's why it's, like, so underrated. Because people
yeah,
look at that and they just judge it because of, like, what it's about or how it looks. It's such a good
yeah,
movie, dude. Like, that movie has not been replicated. Like, that's like a burner. Like, I watched that movie. It's one of those movies where you watch it and you go, like, that's really good, or you think, like, oh, that's good. And then, like, a month later, you're like, actually, that was really great.
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
just stays with you. Like, that's a really good movie, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, and I'll say this. I know there's a lot of these biopics where that I don't see because I honestly never watch biopics of my own volition. They're honestly something that I watch like if I'm home visiting family and like generally like my mom will pick
what was the
one
condition?
and
Like,
I'm like,
what were why did you watch that Dylan biopic?
yeah, as a family, I was visiting my family for the holidays and
Yeah.
we
But you
went
did
to go
like
see
that
it.
Dylan one,
I did.
which
I
I
did.
wasn't a big fan of it, as you know.
No, and that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I know that there's a lot of biopics out there. Like I'm sure I would like that movie that you were just talking about,
It's really
the
good.
Spotlight movie.
Yeah.
Maybe I would, but it's just like I don't know, man. Like I remember one of my DNF movies of this kind was The Informant with Matt Damon.
I've seen the
And
movie. That movie's terribly boring. That's like a
oh
boring
my
movie.
oh
The
dude.
Informant. Let me see.
Dude, it's like about a guy who works
Oh,
for a
I've seen it.
corn company
Yeah, I've
and
seen it.
like there's like some price fixing conspiracy that they
Yeah.
want to inform on and I'm like, who the fuck like these biopic filmmakers crack me up just picturing them sitting around and just
Yeah.
being like, I learned about this guy who was working for a corn corporation and they wanted him to inform on price fixing.
Yeah.
We should make a movie about that. Who says that?
Yeah.
It's not interesting at all.
No, there
And,
is.
and moreover, who's gonna watch it? But people do. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an ass.
Well,
I just don't get it.
no, I like, dude, I think that is kind of the stigma with it a lot of the time, right? And I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. The Informant, it's super boring. And
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there is something about Steven Soderbergh movies that they're kind of boring. Like, I was thinking about the Ocean's movies, like Ocean's 11. That's Steven Soderbergh made those movies.
Oh yeah. Logan Lucky.
Yes, they're kind of boring Steven Soderbergh movies. I don't know what that's about. And we watched, like, we saw a Steven Soderbergh movie together. Remember the movie Out of Sight with
Oh yeah.
George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
Another Steven Soderbergh movie.
They're always boring.
And they're
Dude,
boring,
you're
dude.
really onto something. Oh, he did Sex, Lies, and Videotape. That was
I haven't seen it.
probably his best one, actually.
To this day, I
I wa-
think that's the general belief that that's his best one.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean,
His
dude.
most
Because you
popular are the
watch,
Ocean's movies, and even those ones are boring. Honestly, even
I
the
know,
Ocean's movie are boring.
I know, man. You watch Ocean's 11 and you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be
It's
awesome. Like
boring.
this will be great. It's Brad Pitt, George Clooney. They're doing a heist, and it is
And
boring.
it's funny because it's only 2 hours long. It's actually a little bit less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it felt like, I remember I watched that movie and it felt like an eternity.
Oh
I
my
could have
God, I
swore it
know,
was
man.
3 hours. I could have
I
sworn.
know. Oh man, I know it's crazy.
God, man, they're
It,
such boring movies. Man.
yeah. No, same with Logan Lucky. I remember with Logan Lucky, I sat down to watch that. I was like, oh, this will be a heist movie. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so fucking boring.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some interesting parts. Like there was something with the heist where they used these tubes and they sent beetles through the tubes or
Mhm.
something to carry something. And I was like, that's cool. But that's like a minute of the movie.
I don't know, man. I think Steven Soderbergh is like the king of like 6 out of 10 movies.
He's the king of
He's
boring.
the king of boring. He's the king of like, because for instance, I've seen 4 of his movies. I'm on Letterboxd right now. I've seen Out of Sight, 6 out of 10. I saw Side Effects, 6 out of 10. I saw Ocean's 11. It's a 6 out of 10. I have it as 7 for some reason. It's a 6 out of 10. And what else? What's the fourth movie of this guy that I've seen? I can't even tell. I don't know what the other one is. Oh, The Informant. The Informant.
I fucking hate that exclamation after it too in
Yeah.
the title. The
The
informant. It's like,
Informant.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
But
doesn't
people
make it
overrate Soderbergh,
exciting.
man. That's been my impression with Soderbergh. Like he has like a there's like a very high opinion of him, you know, in like film circles. You know, there's like he's thought of as like a very kind of like, oh, he makes great movies. You know, subversive. You know, and smart guy. He's bold, but his movies are kind of boring, man. They're boring.
He made Contagion.
Yeah,
Oh, imagine how boring that movie is. I've never seen
I've
that.
never seen that either.
Imagine how boring that movie is. The villain is a virus. Ooh, God. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a human villain
He
in it,
made a
but
movie recently. Let me see. It's called Presence, like some kind of horror movie that I have on my watch list. But it has bad
oh, that
ratings.
was him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It has like a
I didn't even realize
3.0
this was him.
even on Letterboxd, and that's low for Stutterberg. Always overrates this guy.
Oh yeah, this was like that neon. This was a neon thing, and it's yeah. I think we talked about this where it was similar to Long Legs. I think it markets itself as something, and then it's something else.
Yeah.
Neon seems to have a problem with that.
Yeah. They're kind of an it studio. They funded that they funded Shelby Oaks, which I guess this is a good transition to that. Um Everybody, similarly, Chris Stuckmann's film Shelby Oaks is in theaters. His horror movie, Chris Stuckmann, for those who don't know, is like a long time film reviewer on YouTube. I would say that he was like one of the OGs. Like in my head, it was like him and Jeremy Jans. um,
Yeah.
that were like the OGs, you know, the two guys. Like I remember when I first got into film stuff on YouTube, it was Chris Tuckman, it was Jeremy Jans. From what I and AMC theaters, I think they were called like AMC Movies and Reviews or something, and it was John Campia's thing. It was like him with like a few other people, and then because AMC eventually became Collider. That's like the funny thing, because now Collider's still around. But before it was just AMC, and then they got bought out, or they just changed the name. But those were like the OGs, you know, those were like the OG guys. And now, obviously, Chris Tuckman made a movie. But the interesting thing of Neon is that apparently he made Shelby Oaks, which is in theaters right now. Everybody, by the way, you guys can go check that out. I definitely will watch it eventually, even if not in theaters. But he made Shelby Oaks, and I think he had like an initial cut of it, like a rough cut. And from what I understand, Neon stepped in and gave him the funding to do reshoots, and actually achieve the vision that he was going for. And I believe that this version of the movie now is, from what I understand, like the comprehensive, like, you know, theatrical release of the movie as he was wanted it to be. And it has had, from what I understand, like mixed to positive reviews, like mostly positive. I think it's like at a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, it seems interesting. I haven't even like watched a trailer or anything for
Yeah.
that movie. That movie snuck up on me.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
I knew he was making one forever.
yeah. Right now, and it's interesting with him because he's obviously a film critic. Right now, it's sitting at a 58 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's like rotten according to Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 57% audience rating, and on Letterboxd, it is sitting at a 2.9. So it seems
So
like
little
yeah,
average kind of.
yeah. So it's kind of mixed. I'm not gonna really comment on it too much. I do want to watch the movie, and maybe after, I mean, and I think you also want to watch this movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely do. Because, like I said, I mean, just the fact that back, I don't know, I think it was like 2013, 2014, he made that whole the problem with horror movies today, and I think he was dead on with it. It just seems like he has a lot of knowledge on horror films and what
Yeah,
makes them good. And yeah, I'd be really interested to see how that turned out
yeah.
for sure.
But interestingly enough, the producer of the film like posted something online, basically saying the movie already made its production budget back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I guess now they're just saying. I guess now they're just in money, in money making, because they already made their budget back. So that's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
Good for those folks.
Yeah. No, it's good. No, good for him, man. I hope he gets to keep making movies if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like, I'm guessing that if this is as successful as it seems like it will be, especially since it made the money back, and it'll probably make a handful of millions. I'm guessing. Um, Especially with him himself like promoting it, it seems to me like he probably will get a shot to do something else. It's fascinating though because the thought that I had was like, wouldn't it be cool if he reviewed his own movie? Like he hasn't, you know, he hasn't. But I did have a thought. I was like, it would be really cool if he reviewed his own movie and if he reviewed it, like actually review it, you know.
Like use like and not even associate it with himself. Just be
Exactly.
like, today I'm gonna be reviewing what the hell's that thing called?
Shelby Oaks.
Yeah, Shelby Oaks by Chris Stuckman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would be
Oh
interesting
man.
because, you know, a lot of the criticism that Chris has had since turning a leaf into filmmaking is that he stopped rating films, and people have accused him of just kind of being soft, and his reviews just kind of basically being just like, this is a movie and this stuff kind of happens and done, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's been a general criticism with him. Obviously, something that the Critical Drinker has been lampooning him a lot for. It would be really cool and interesting if he, again, took his own movie and he reviewed it as if, you know, just completely serious, and then he rated it. And then from this movie on, from his own movie on, he went back to rating movies.
Yeah. No, that'd be
If I
awesome.
was Chris Stuckman, I would do that because I feel like just by doing that, just the sheer, I feel like internet like publicity that he would gather from that, dude, he would do such a huge service, just a huge service to his own movie.
Oh,
Like,
I
go
know.
ahead, Claire, do it. I dare you.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
we dare you. We
we
dare
dare
you,
you.
Chris Stuckman. Do it.
Dare you to
Do
do it.
it.
Do it. But you
Do
won't do
it.
it.
Yeah.
But you won't do it.
Do it.
Um, but okay.
I shouldn't. I love it. Revenge of the Sith, dude. He's just like, I shouldn't. And then the guy, Palpatine's just like, do
Do
it.
it.
And then he's just like, oh, I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
guess I'll decapitate this guy. I mean, in Anakin's defense, though, like, or in Palpatine's defense, I guess, it's like, what were you gonna do? I mean, you were on this ship that was gonna be going down, on Grievous's ship, and then it's like, what are you you're gonna handcuff Dooku? First of all, you cut off his hands. You have to like arm cuff him. You gonna bring this guy with you to stand trial? And it's like, no, I have to take him prisoner. It's like, with what?
Yeah.
Did you guys bring handcuffs? Zip ties? Like that movie makes no
That would
sense,
make no
man.
sense. Okay.
George Lucas just didn't think about the layout,
You know
the
why?
logic of
You know why he didn't
things.
think about it, dude? Because George Lucas was in the zone. Like
Yeah.
he was like Michael Jordan. He was just zeroed in. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and he executed. And then after the fact, he was like, "Oh my God, this is not a basketball game. This is film."
Right.
It's like I messed up.
Oh man. He
Um,
just put people in front of green screens,
yeah, he really
man.
did. Let me see. Talking about Star Wars, did you hear that there was a scrapped Kylo Ren solo film?
I did. I think I saw like a thumbnail from Critical Drinker about that. I mean, yeah, good. Scrap all of them.
Yeah.
Scrap them all. What
The
was it going to be? Was it going to be a prequel or was he going to come back?
It was he was gonna come back. It was like an af.
Of course.
It was like him coming back from the dead.
Of
It was
course.
gonna be called.
That's what they all do now. Marvel and
Yeah,
no one is dead now.
they leaked the title. It was gonna be called like the Hunt for Ben Solo or whatever.
Oh God.
Something like that, or the Hunt for Kylo Ren, something like that.
Sheesh. What a lackluster character they ended up creating.
Yeah,
That guy.
it's interesting though because when I saw what's his face Adam Driver talking about it, it reminded me of that idea that I had like way back like second or first year. Remember that I had like an idea for a Kylo Ren movie. I was like, oh, what if you just had him like he like
I do remember
failed.
that.
Yeah, he like failed as like a whatever Sith or whatever, and he's just like on some planet, just some guy, and now he has like a wife and kid, and it's been like 20 years. And
Right.
that was like my brain canon for that character, and it kind of seemed like that's kind of what they were going to do, like oh he's not dead, he's just somewhere.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting.
It would have been Kai Logan, like Logan, but
Essentially,
Kylo Ren.
yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally.
That would have been the title too.
Yeah, Kai Logan.
Kai Logan.
Um,
Combining the X-Men universe with the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, right. That would be that's like, don't they own that now? They own Star Wars, Disney, don't they?
Dude, Disney owns fucking
They
everything.
own
I
everything.
watched this past weekend I watched UFC 321.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
And
want to give an update on that?
yeah, it was on ESPN, which is on Disney Plus. I was like, what
Yes.
the hell is this?
Yes.
But well, it was ESPN Plus, which is a part of Disney. I don't know. But oh, dude, what a waste of money. I don't know if
Really?
you heard what happened,
I
but
have no, I have not.
the champion Tom Aspinall defended his title, and 4 minutes into the first round,
Wow.
he got poked in the eye, and they had to stop
It
the
was a
fight because he
DQ
couldn't
just
see.
like that?
It was a no contest.
Wow.
Got eye poked, and he couldn't see, and they had to stop.
Well,
They
that's a
stopped
way
the fight.
that's a way to defend your title.
Dude, it was I couldn't fucking believe it. And it was crazy because I remember a few years back Tom Aspinall had a fight where within the first minute of the round he blew out his knee and it was like a no contest. They were like, all right, it's over. We can't like I don't know, I think it was kind of what Conor McGregor did where he just backs up and then just
Popped.
step wrong and it
Yeah.
just blows out, you
Yeah.
know? And I had this thought when I woke up on Saturday. I was like, oh, that would suck if that happened, something like that happened. And it fucking did, dude. And dude, so I'm sitting
You
there
probably
with
had
my
your popcorn ready and everything. You're like, here we go.
dude, I got a pizza.
Oh God, don't
I had-
say that.
Oh my God. No, I swear to God, I had a pizza, some Coke,
Oh, that's terrible.
Coca-Cola, kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. I mean, granted, there were fights that led up to it, and they were decent, you know. So there were more fights than just that. But dude, I paid $85 for that pay-per-view. But luckily,
Dude.
ESPN and UFC, they are giving everyone refunds.
Really? Okay, good. Oh, that sounds like a humongous loss, dude.
I'm kidding. They're not.
Oh, they're not? Of course
No,
they're not.
of course they're
Of
not.
course they're not. I was like, they would lose all the money. What's the point?
Yeah.
Of Of course they're
Of
not.
course they won't.
No.
And Dana White is a fucking meathead, dude. Like you always say that.
He
He really
is.
is. Because after the
He
fight, they
is.
asked him about it. They were like, "Well, what this guy asks Dana White." They were like, "Well, it was ruled an accidental eye poke. Is there any scenario where you could actually rule something as a purposeful eye poke?" And Dana White goes, "I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Who gives a shit?" And it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It was like to have that attitude an hour after the biggest disappointment. That guy, like, I think I saw some comments. I think people seem to think that guy doesn't give a shit about UFC anymore because I think he's expanding into boxing. He also expanded into WWE.
He's a betting
Like, they did that
addict, dude.
merger. Yeah,
He's a betting addict. Like for that guy,
yeah, he
for
is.
that guy's hard to like pump. He needs to put 1 million on something. So he probably
Yeah.
doesn't care because like from what I understand, it probably is like illegal. I'm guessing for him as the owner of the UFC to bet on fights because then that would look terrible like in terms of like match fixing and stuff like that.
Right,
So he probably doesn't care. It probably the
Right.
UFC is just probably how he makes the money so he can bet. Like
Yeah.
they can bet it on horse races or something.
I know. I
On
saw like
on chess matches.
I saw that some big corporate photo of the parent company and all the people in it that bought WWE and UFC or did the merger or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Triple H is in there and then like Dana White's in it. And I was like, what? This sucks. Like, why is Dana White anywhere near WWE?
I don't know. I do have to say though, having listened to a bit of Mr. HHH, for short.
Time to play the game.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a little bit of him. I forget what the Triple H stands for. It's like Hunter something.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah, Helmsley. Like his fake ass, like I'm a sophisticated douche name that he had. But he is. If there is like a meathead hierarchy, he's like right at the bottom. If not,
You think Triple H is at the bottom?
yeah, or just not in it. It's debatable whether he's a meathead or not.
No, he seems like a smart guy.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Because I listened to like an interview
he
that he
loves
did.
that business
He
too.
does.
He loves that the creativity of it, but
Yeah.
he's got shareholders and people
Yes.
above him
He has
that
to please
it's like it's not all under his control.
No,
it's
no,
not like he's not running some mom and pop.
No, it's a
that-
business, and like you said, it's
Yeah.
like there's an ownership. There's stocks. There's people who own like part of that company, and he just has to make them happy. But I did listen to him like talk about the WWE on like an interview recently. Where he was talking about like storytelling and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this guy sounds really smart. Like, and I've heard him speak
yeah.
before, obviously, but he was just very like. He was just trying to sell the WWE as like a concept and the storytelling element of it. And I was like, yeah, so that's why I'm saying like if there is a meathead tier, he's either not in it or he's like right at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't think Triple H is a meathead. He definitely always struck me as a smart guy. I mean, he just is a smart guy who loves the creativity and the storytelling of that business. And then you cut to Dana White, I don't fucking know, who gives a shit. It's like, oh, okay. What are you in high school?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? I mean, I will say I do like there's
I don't
aspects
like-
of Dana White's
I don't like Dana White.
confidence.
I don't like Dana White. There is
No,
nothing that I have ever heard about him as a human being that leads me to liking him. And also the knowledge that he's just like the inhumane way that he treats those fighters and how they don't really make as much money as they should and how they are not allowed to unionize and everything. He's just a tyrant. Like, I think that guy's a terrible person. That's my opinion, personally.
Well, yeah, I mean Tom Aspinall, the current heavyweight champion, the guy who got eye poked, they spoke with his dad, who's also his manager,
Yeah.
and they asked him about Tom Aspinall's future, and his dad was like, "Well, he's got 3 fights left on his contract, and then after this, I would like to see him sign with a boxing organization for bigger paychecks."
Yeah. They're robbing those guys. They're putting their body
Yeah.
on the line. They're the product. Like, however many people paid $81 to watch that pay-per-view, probably millions of people, and
Yeah.
that is without taking into account any sponsorship money that the venture made, however much money they got on tickets, however much money they got on rights, and however much money they got on like betting, like however much money that fight generated. It's probably in the billions.
They made
And
out like bandits.
and those guys, the guys who generated that product, the human beings who got in there and got hurt, right? Even if only there was an eye poke, those guys
It
are
was
making
bad.
a fraction of that. So that to me is insane. So to me, Dana White is just Dana White is like Dave Bautista in Dune, just some like lumbering like meathead who doesn't care about anybody.
Mr. Krabs mixed with Dave Bautista.
Yeah, just some like,
Krabs Batista.
yeah, just like some like a pit. That's what that guy is.
I mean, what, dude? Steve Harvey was in the front row, man, in Abu Dhabi. So it was in Abu Dhabi too. That's another thing. They're doing all this
Mine.
stuff in like Saudi Arabia and Dubai and stuff nowadays.
All this sports
Dude, it was
watching
in
stuff
Abu
they're doing.
Dhabi. Yeah, so I was gonna have a watch party, and then I find out that it's at 2 p.m. And
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, never mind, don't come.
it'll just
Like,
be me.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like I'll see you guys on Halloween. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not.
That's why he was
But
there.
because of the time zone, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what the fuck, man? This is an American company. Like, why do I have
But
to
that's where the
watch it
money
at 2
is, and those
p.m.?
guys are the.
I know.
But that's the thing, because like in with Saudi Arabia, they're just like there's a huge movement right now there with basically sports washing, with basically just being like we're cool, because the UFC's here and that other thing's here, and like
WWE goes there.
exactly, and like now,
Yeah.
like all these comedians, they've kind of been getting flack, like Bill Burr and all those guys that were there,
Heard about that. Yeah.
and tennis. There's gonna be a tennis tournament there in 2028. There'll be a tennis tournament there. So even tennis is part of this like sports washing thing that they're doing in Saudi Arabia. It's like, why don't you guys give women
Yeah.
rights? Why don't we start there, and then maybe we can talk about something else?
I know, man.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's so
man.
fucked
It's
up,
so
dude.
stupid, man. It's just money, bro.
Yeah. Dude, Steve Harvey was in the front row, man. He flew all the way out there for the shit, for an eye poke.
He flew his
They put
mustache all the way over
what
there.
in his eye? They put what in
And
whose eye?
who? He flew his
They
mustache.
did what to
Dude.
the who?
They should have had him as like a backup. They should have been like, "Hey, so if anything goes wrong, Steve, get in the court, get in the ring, and we'll do Family Feud." It's like, dude,
dude.
as soon as the poke happens and they call it a no contest, you just hear like, "Ba-da-doo-doo, ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba."
Yeah.
Steve Harvey's here. You said what?
Oh, fuck it. Oh man, yeah.
Who?
They put what
They
in
put
his eye? Yeah, a whole finger he put in his eye, both eyes. Like Tom Aspinall actually had to go to the hospital after.
Wow.
Like he couldn't see, and I saw the video, the behind the scenes, like
Was it
Tom
intentional?
Aspinall put. It's hard to prove, but some people think it was. I don't know, because so he was fighting Cyril Gane, and the irony of it. So there's kind of a story here. So you know how Tom Aspinall was supposed to fight John Jones, but then John Jones retired.
Yes.
So John Jones was notorious for eye pokes, purposeful. He admitted in an interview that he does them on purpose.
Okay.
But they never ended the fight. Like it was always just a little poke, and the guy would have to stop for a minute, and then he would get back in it. But it was a dirty little tactic that John Jones would use.
Right.
And they always, for some reason, they never do a point deduction. They're always just like, all right, keep your
hands to yourself.
yeah. They're like, fingers closed, John. Which that's another thing people were saying, which I agree with. It's like, hey, why don't you start giving them actual consequences for this?
Right, because otherwise it's
or
gonna
a
keep
DQ
happening.
loss.
Yeah.
Right. Because like Cyril Gane doesn't have a loss on his record for that. It was a no contest, but it should have been a DQ.
Yeah.
Even if it was on accident. I mean, it's still a foul. So, but anyway, I don't know, because I watched the video, and so like I do Muay Thai kickboxing, so I know a little bit about this stuff. Like when you go to kick, you sweep your arm out, and it's like a scissor motion. So like say if I'm kicking with my right leg is going left, and I'm going to swing my right arm out to the right. So it's going to be like a scissor thing, and that creates force and momentum. And when you do that, your fingers are generally open.
Right.
And when I watched the video, Cyril Gane poked him in the eye as he was doing a kick.
Okay.
And sweeping his arm out.
Yeah, so it's really hard to prove.
Yeah,
intention.
I don't think. Yeah, who knows? I mean, at that point, it's really hard to prove because you could easily, But again, these are people who've never thrown a punch or a kick in real life, who are just fans, being like, he did it on purpose. It's like. He was in mid kick, sweeping his arm out as you do, and Tom got in close, and his fingers just went in his. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a chance that in the milliseconds of time he was like, "Ooh, Tom got close. Let me stick my fingers out and poke him."
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Who gives a shit?
That's
in the words of Dana White.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, they should have gotten Steve Harvey in there.
They really should have.
Because that arena was cleared after 2 minutes.
Yeah, everybody was like, okay, well.
Have Tom Aspinall behind one of the podiums playing Family Feud with a rag on his eye, like just holding the ice there.
It's like we just have a contractual obligation. So that if the fight ended before however many rounds, I had to do a Family Feud segment.
All right, so Tommy, I know your eyes hurting, but we're gonna get started here.
What is another name for a cow? Ding.
UFC 321 ended in a no blank. Tom. Ding. Fucking eyes poked. I got to go to the hospital. Yeah, Tom got pissed at the crowd too. They were like booing, and he's like, "What the fuck are you booing for? I just got eye poked. I'm not the one who did the fucking poke."
Yeah. Okay.
Poor guy too, man. He waited a year to fight because John Jones was holding him up. So he waited a year to fight.
Because they just found him another guy after John Jones retired.
Exactly.
Does he still get paid? Do they still get paid in this instance? I mean, they have to, right?
Yeah. I don't think they get bonuses though, because bonuses are given out if like the fight's really good or if you had a good performance or whatever.
That's a mess. It's a whole mess.
Yeah, like I think they had a female, not flyweight. What is it? It was some weird term that they used for the really lightweight female fighters.
Yeah,
it's something like paperweight or something like that. I don't know. It's like some weird term, but it was I forget their names too, but they fought for the vacant championship basically, and they both got $50,000 bonuses after too because they beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. That was actually a good fight. That was a really good fight.
Yeah.
And the fight with between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, it was getting good. Like it was like, oh shit, this is getting good. They were trading some blows, and I think Cyril Gane was actually winning the round by the time the eye poke happened. Is what I heard. Yeah, dude, so disappointing. They're just like fucking deflated. I was like, shit, I'm never doing this again. The one time in my entire life, the one time in my entire life I sit down on a Saturday afternoon to watch sports. Like, I don't think I've ever done that in my life, unless you count WWE when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh my god, man, that's what I get for trying to actually be into sports.
Yeah, it happens. It's happened to me before, dude. Where like somebody gets disqualified or like somebody gets hurt, and they're like, okay, I guess that's that for my afternoon. Now I can go for a walk. In any case, let's get to the movie of the week. No transition to that.
Oh, I was gonna say really quick. Sorry, man. I was just gonna say I was thinking right after it happened though. I thought to myself, this is the advantage of WWE.
Because it's written.
Like, it's scripted, but it you can actually be mad at WWE if the match is shitty, but they will make sure it's at least lengthwise worth your time if it's a main event, I know WWE has had shitty main events. There's no argument there, but Yeah, but I talked about that before with after becoming an MMA fan. With WWE, it's hard to then put the genie back in the bottle because it's just hard to then it's hard to watch real fighting and then
And watch some
first of all
guys. Yeah.
swing on the run the ropes. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it'd be different if I remained a huge WWE fan into my adulthood, but I didn't. I already stopped watching.
Yes.
And then even as like a casual, hey, once in a while I'll check out what's going on in the world of WWE. It's like, man, there's just no putting the toothpaste back in the tube for the casual fan. Like once you're
No.
into MMA, and I've done wrestling or in high school, I do Muay Thai kickboxing, and I watch MMA, and then to see people beating the shit out of each other, to see what real fighting looks like, and then just watching someone do an Irish whip,
Yeah.
and a guy running the ropes and ducking, it's just like
It's too much. Yeah, it's too
know.
much. It's hard to go backwards. Even for me, that I'm not like I don't enjoy like contact sports like that. Even for me, it's like I can't watch it. I just can't watch it. But yeah,
What do you mean, like MMA?
yes.
Oh, I got
Like I
you.
can't watch WWE. Like even for me, like who doesn't watch like actual like MMA or UFC or anything.
Oh, I got
Even
you.
for me, I can't go back and watch WWE. It's like once
Yeah.
it's like once you step off of that horse, regardless of whatever you do, it's like you're off of it,
Yeah.
And then it's just silly after that.
I know, man.
Um,
It's not even that it's quote unquote fake.
yeah,
Like that has never, because that's always seemed a weird bone to pick with WWE. It's like you don't say like, oh, that movie's fake, right? I understand why people pick that bone with WWE because WWE presents itself as real, I guess, in the sense that there's referees and commentators,
yeah.
and it
For
gives
some,
it this.
yeah,
It gives it a simulation
yes,
feel.
yes,
It's a simulation. So but I do think it still is ignorant or weird when people pick that bone because it's like I get that it's simulating reality, but you realize this is fiction,
right,
But like that aspect of it never bothered me, and probably will never bother me. But it's just the quality of the product, or just times have just changed where it's just
yeah,
like, which I don't know, man. If we're being 100% honest, I think in our late 20s, being like, yeah, I'm not really into WWE, probably healthy.
yeah, yes. I think the opposite would be like maybe that would be like, oh yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, you do.
I mean, I
you.
respect the hell out of that business, but
Yeah, I do too. But again, Guillermo, the movie of the week, everybody, was Cronos from 1993, written and directed, and I think also some production design, or so not production design, but some of the practical special effects Guillermo did. Guillermo del Toro. I don't know if this is like what. I guess I'll look this up as we talk about it. But in any case, what did you think about Cronos, Mr. Jake?
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's kind of, I think it's interesting, like sometimes what gets picked to be in the Criterion
Yeah, it's a
collection.
Criterion film.
Yeah, and it was also an Academy Award nominee. I just think it's kind of funny. I'm like, all right. I mean, this,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I thought there was like, well, I will say this. I know this movie lost points with you in the first 15 minutes.
Yes.
All right.
It's funny. It's funny that you thought about that. It's funny that you thought about that because when I watched that, I was like, whatever I give this movie, it's going down. Because dude, it was like 10 cockroaches. I was like, oh my God. Like it was so disgusting. It really lost points with me immediately. But I was like, I guess. It's like, I guess here we go,
And it wasn't those nice armor plated like Madagascar petting zoo cockroaches.
No.
Those ones that are all, those ones are nice and covered up. They got a big old shell.
It was
so
the
you can't
average.
really
It
even
was the
see.
average disgusting one that you will see on your bathroom floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Although I will say that was a pretty beautiful shot of the angel's face as those things are falling out of it. Like that was a really good shot. I mean,
Sure.
it was like a wider one where,
Yeah.
or kind of like a medium shot of that cherub. Um, but yeah, I was like, like when I saw that, I was like, Edward picked this movie too.
Yeah, I did. I picked it. I guess you can't predict those. You don't know where those are going to turn up. You really just don't.
They're just part of our lives, man, as
They are.
humans. It's
Yeah.
the unfortunate reality of being an earthling, honestly. Anyway, uh, but yeah, like I thought this was an average kind of
I
movie.
agree.
Yeah, I didn't feel already. I mean, just conceptually, the whole idea of this falls into that sort of be careful what you wish for
Yeah.
slash
Yeah, it's like kind of like one of those like
magical,
monkey ball like movies for sure.
yeah, fountain of youth kind of thing,
Yeah.
which already is like, all right. I mean, it's it's one of those old bare bones tropes of
Mm-hmm.
storytelling
Mm-hmm.
that, and I don't find it too interesting. I think a lot of bare bones tropes, like very ancient kind of story tropes, can be good. I'm not saying that makes it bad.
Yeah.
I particularly don't find that stuff that interesting. Like if you tell me, oh, there's this movie about wishes, I'm kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
careful, fountain of youth,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like there was enough meat there in the plot
Mm-hmm.
either.
Mm-hmm.
Like um, the guy gets the scarab.
Mm-hmm.
He starts getting a little younger, and the mob boss is coming after him. But there just didn't feel like enough for the protagonist to really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's he doing? Like, what's he trying to accomplish here?
That was
What's he
like
doing?
go
What's
ahead.
he doing to get the mob guy off his back? What's he
Nothing.
doing to? Yeah,
Yeah, he's not doing
go ahead.
anything. That was like are you finished? Do you want to go on before I say
No, no,
anything?
go ahead.
Because that was the thought that I had, because we're watching this movie, and like you said, to give props to Guillermo, this is his first feature. That's what I wanted to see. After this, he made Mimic, which I still have to see that movie. I've seen parts of it before. And then after that, Mimic seems to me like some kind of like the thing kind of thing.
I
Um,
wouldn't think you'd want to watch Mimic
really, how
because of
come?
the aforementioned reasons.
Oh, really? You've
It's
seen
it's
Mimic?
a cockroach horror movie.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but that's what it is.
Oh, that's disgusting.
The monster is a cockroach
What
monster.
is up with Guillermo? What is up with him? What is his
It's
problem?
like it's like an insect. I think from the description I read, it's an insect that they specially breed to kill cockroaches in the New York
Yeah, it says
sewers.
its plot follows the creation of genetically modified insect designed to battle an infected cockroach infestation that rapidly. Oh my God, I'm never watching this movie. I'm never watching this.
That's why I said I was like, wait, what? I was like, there's no way he knows what this
Oh
is.
my God, I'm never watching this. In any case, he never made Mimic, but he did make The Devil's Backbone after Cronos, like 10 years after. But like you said, it's his first feature film, this one. And he kind of flew high to close to the sun with this one, because not only is his first, like you said, but he got a lot of critical acclaim from it, and he did receive a nomination for Best Foreign Picture at the Oscars for this movie. It didn't win, but it did receive a nomination. Um, which is interesting because, like you said, this is a very average kind of movie. Like I think the most standout element of this film for me was one, the presentation.
Yeah.
In this in sense of like it was really good production design, um, and the cinematography was really good. Which I want to shout out the cinematographer because I don't think Guillermo works with him anymore. I think. Let me see. Not Mimic. Please, Mimic. Don't stay away from me. Um, but it was shot by Guillermo Navarro. So it was the two Guillermos, Guillermo del Toro and Guillermo Navarro.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, Guillermo hasn't worked with Guillermo Navarro since Pacific Rim. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they're not haven't worked together in over 10 years. But I really like Guillermo Navarro. He's a really good DP, and he shot Cronos. So I wanted to shout him out because I thought he did a really good job. But that aside, Yeah, and Cronos wasn't his first feature. That aside, like I thought that the cinematography was really good, and again I thought the production design was really good, and I really liked Guillermo's direction, and a lot of stuff about Guillermo's here because Guillermo does like those very wide shots, like he does like having these like masters that I would say are a little bit even wider than a master, and they're like usually like low to the ground, like master shots. And he likes kind of using those shots oftentimes as like the one shot. So a lot of the sequences that happened like in the uncle, like the mob guy in his kind of like sick room thing, a lot of those scenes were shot like that. They were just like one take shots, where you just see the actors interacting in the space, and it's a lot of blocking for Guillermo to do. So a lot of those kind of Guillermo shots, and I also liked his use of dollies, Steadicam, and there were a handful of uses of I think cranes in this movie. So I really liked that, and I liked his kind of sweeping Steadicams, like as he moves through the antique shop, right? So there's a lot of really cool things that he does. And a shot that stayed with me a lot was like the shot of when the main character Jesus is dead, when the guy at the morgue is like doing his makeup and everything, and we just stay in this kind of like two shot, right? It's almost a little bit of like a tilted angle, like two shot, where you see the face of Jesus's body, and then you see the guy at the morgue like doing the makeup, which I loved that character, by the way. And then behind him is like the priest, just kind of like complimenting him and being like, "You're doing a really good job," and he's like, "Damn right, I'm doing a great job," and he's like just kind of putting the makeup on him. I loved that character. And I loved the sequence when Jesus is when he's about to put him on the incinerator or whatever, and the fire is not turning on, and so he leaves, and we follow him, and he leaves, and he fixes like the issue with the gas, and then he comes up, and he doesn't even look at the casket, but we can see in that shot that the guy is not in there anymore, and then he just pushes it into the incinerator. And then we see Hellboy, Ron Perlman, come in, and he's like, "Okay, the guy's, I guess, burning up." And then we get that wide shot of him in the streets, and he's like, "Oh, he got away," so he's still alive.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that, there's like brilliant sequences. Like I can see why people really liked this movie, and why it generated like buzz and it got an Oscar nomination. Even if the story is average, you can see from the get-go with this film that the filmmaker behind the camera is very promising. Like the way that he's using the camera, the way that he's framing, this little scene sequences, and some characterization, some scenes, they were just very eloquent and very creative. So that's kind of like what I got from him. And also another thing that I want to praise about him in this movie is the decision that he made to make the little girl not talk. I don't know if she's supposed to be like mute, but she doesn't say a word. And I appreciated that. I liked that. Well, she says grandpa, actually, at the very end. She says grandpa. So she does talk. I guess Guillermo just didn't write any other dialogue for her.
Like a payoff moment, I
yes.
guess. That's right, yeah.
Which, interestingly enough, it almost felt, watching this movie and then thinking about The Shape of Water, it almost felt like the character in The Shape of Water is this little girl. I don't know if you had that thought.
Oh, no, I did not.
And I don't know if Guillermo has talked about
what great things she's going to go on to do.
Yeah, right. Having a fish man. But I did get that thought because the little girl looks like the woman in The Shape of Water. And the woman in The Shape of Water, I think she's like mute. She doesn't talk. So there is like a very one-to-one similarity, in terms of physical. And then there is this like, okay, there's this mute character thing going on too. So I don't know. I have to look up if Guillermo has addressed that, because it almost feels like too specific to not be the case that he did that on purpose. But yeah, that's kind of where my praises end. And to echo what you said earlier, I do agree with everything you said. Like the movie's really conventional, because you have this premise that, like you said, is just like the premise in and of itself is not that interesting. I did love like the scarab, and I loved that it had like this like insect inside.
gonna say the interior shots of that thing are really cool.
Yeah.
Which I'm a sucker for some reason. I'm a sucker for clock parts. Like I don't
Yes.
know what it is about
I do like
gears
them
and
too.
stuff, but
Yeah.
like that clock punk aesthetic,
Hmm.
which is like basically, yeah, just that Leonardo da Vinci kind of clockwork kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
like that shit. Like I've never seen that movie, The Golden Compass, but I know that
I
movie
haven't
has a
either.
lot of that in it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff's really cool. But yeah, I mean, so, yeah, and I thought it was cool that there was like a bug in it. That was a little weird,
Yeah.
creepy, kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my favorite part of the movie was Ron Perlman's character. Like
He
I
was
really
cool.
liked him.
Just beating
Just
him up.
taking shit from his uncle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're kind of rooting for him.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
kinda
love
are.
that
And
shit
he
when his
kills
uncle
his
calls
uncle.
him up, and then he like he calls him on the walkie-talkie, radios him, and then Ron Perlman just goes like, "You fucking motherfucker."
Yeah.
Yes, uncle. Yeah. I just thought that was great.
Yeah.
And then their little scene, and I love how the main character bests him, like where he just looks down and it causes Ron Perlman to look, and then he
Yeah.
tackles him off the. That was really
That was really
clever. Like
clever.
I was like, oh shit, that is what you would do. If
Yes.
someone looked down, you would look at what they're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's exactly how that would happen. That
Yeah.
was I liked that. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
Good direction there too.
Yeah, no, that was good, and that reminded me of this. Another bit of praise that I have for Guillermo is his escalation of moments, right? Like he does a little bit of um like conflict escalation, or just, I would say, just like escalating the character action, right? For
Yeah.
instance, like with when Ron Perlman walks in and he thinks his uncle's dead, he's like immediately celebrating,
Yeah, yeah.
which I loved that, because the whole movie he just wanted this guy to die. He's just like, when is this guy gonna die? He wants to live
Yeah, yeah,
forever. He
yeah.
wants to live forever. But Ron Perlman wants him to die, and I liked his characterization, because when we meet Ron Perlman, he's just a cool guy. He pays him a bunch of money for the statue. And he like engages with them. He gives a little girl like a little gum,
Yeah.
and then we get that he has like this fixation with his nose, and he wants to get like a nose surgery. And then later in the movie, we know that his nose is messed up because his uncle keeps like busting it.
Oh, yeah.
So I liked that. And then when his uncle is like quote unquote dead, he says celebrating, and I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. Like I laughed at that moment.
There's some little character layering there for sure.
Yeah, and then his uncle is not dead,
Yeah.
and he kills him.
Yeah. Steps on his throat.
Yeah. So I liked that.
I love the line where he says too, he goes like, all this guy does is sit around pissing and shitting and he wants to
He
live
wants to live
forever.
forever, yeah.
It was like that was a great line right
But
there,
I
dude.
liked his character, and again I liked a little bit of escalation. I was like, oh no, he's not dead. That little like twist, and then
Yeah.
be like, oh, now you have to kill him.
Yeah.
And I also liked the scene in the bathroom with Jesus when he wants to lick that guy's like nose bleed, and then another guy comes from the bathroom and just cleans it up. And then
That's
and then
nasty.
the shot goes down to the floor, and you're like, oh, there's blood on the floor. And then we see the character just get down on the floor and just like lick the blood. I was like, oh, this is
Ugh.
disgusting. But I really
That felt too
did.
real, man. Like I'd rather watch a
Yes.
vampire actually drain somebody than
Then
watch
do
that.
that. Yeah. But I did like that, because I like that I like the cleverness in that, in just kind of reincorporating and then escalating, right? I really liked how he did that. There's a lot
Yeah.
to like here, and there's a lot of like, you can see all the bones of just, you can see this like, you know, blueprint of a great filmmaker in this movie. So that was really fascinating watching this movie, and then having in the back of my mind the context of movies like Pan's Labyrinth, movies like Pacific Rim or Hellboy or Shape of Water, um, and then just feeling excited for the stuff that he's continuing to make. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, like you said, everything regarding the writing and the character, especially the main character, is very conventional. Um, and it's kind of funky, right? Because we get introduced to this guy, and he doesn't want anything. Like he just seems to be living like a happy enough life with like his wife and like his granddaughter, and he kind of gets roped into this because the whole thing with his character just kind of happens by accident of his curiosity, right? And then he just doubles down into it. This kind of whole like, oh, I'm feeling younger and I'm looking younger. And again,
Yeah, he
like you
wasn't.
said, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say like, and then like you said, then it's just kind of like a matter of like, well, now it's just be careful what you wish for, kind of thing. And then the movie ends as you would expect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, it's like there needed to be something before he gets that scarab
Yes.
indicating that, like, oh, he's, something to do with his age, some kind of character wound that has
Yeah.
to do with his
Or
age
he's
or
limping. Maybe he's got a limp, like
regrets or
something, you know.
yeah, yeah, exactly, a limp,
Yeah.
right. I will say, I think movies nowadays are pretty. That's actually an aspect of storytelling that I think even in like average movies has gotten better,
Yeah.
where there's always a character wound.
Yeah.
I think movies get. I think the problem with movies nowadays is they go too literal with it.
Yeah.
Like it always has to be. I feel like every main character in every movie nowadays has like lost somebody
Hmm.
or somebody's
It's
died,
not
and
that
that's their
deep.
like wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's always what it is. Like every horror movie character just suffered a loss recently.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
And
it's
like
like
you said,
all right.
especially
I mean,
post Babadook. There's a lot of post Babadook with, especially with horror movie for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people take character wound way too literally
Yeah.
nowadays, where it's like it always has to be like a literal or not literal, but a literal emotional wound, we'll
Yeah.
say, where it's like it could just be like, you know, it doesn't have to be a fucking death every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in this movie, there just was no wound or no,
No. No.
because what's compelling about stories is like you have to have you want a plot goal,
Right.
but it's like what's compelling about it is not the plot goal, it's the why.
Right.
I'm not so much interested in the fact it's like, okay, like these guys want to go blow up the Death Star. It's like, all right, what's interesting about that is the why.
Hmm.
Why are all these guys going to blow up the Death Star? That's
Right.
where we start to get a story.
Yeah. And that
You
was the
know,
that was the
what's
issue.
it mean to Luke? What's it mean to Han Solo?
Right.
Just using the lowest hanging fruit here in
Right.
Star Wars to explain this. But yeah,
And that was like that was my issue with this movie, and I felt like there was like a little bit of, I feel like Guillermo had the bones there to add something that wouldn't take so much, because I did feel like you said, if you just show what specifically is like the hang up with this guy, especially with his age. And I was like, okay, like I said, I thought you could give the guy even some kind of a limp or something, especially because we see that his wife is like a dance instructor, and I was like, maybe that's the issue, maybe he just can't dance with his wife. And that's like I felt like that was like a good way of marrying those two things, because his wife being
yeah,
a dance instructor and really never became a part of the story. It was just kind of an element of her character.
yeah,
Um, and then she's really happy that he's younger, but then it's like, why is she happier that he's younger? Because we don't really understand like if there was ever some kind of loss about him being old. Especially because he seems to be a pretty like in shape old guy, because he's like picking up his granddaughter like it's nothing.
right,
And I was like, maybe don't.
exactly.
And I was like, maybe don't have him just like picking her up and like putting her on his shoulders in the beginning montage of them having breakfast and going to work. Because then the guy doesn't even seem that old. So there
I
was like
know.
a few
It's like
things like that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if Guillermo had some screenwriting professor standing over his shoulder while he wrote this, that professor 100% would have been like, have him be in a nursing home
Yeah.
and they'll make up the actor like
Yeah.
a 96-year-old man.
Hmm.
Like, but I mean, that is totally what it should have been. Or like it should have been, the guy should have been like on his way to the nursing home, like
Yeah.
about to go in a week. No, mom, it's a retirement community. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah. Is there anything else? Do you have anything else to add about this movie?
No, not really. I mean, yeah, it's just fine. I was kind
Yeah.
of happy when it was over.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
You know?
enjoyed it. It did get long. Like I liked it. I liked more like the first half. Like I liked this movie. I enjoyed this movie. My level of enjoyment with this movie was very steady up until when he came back from the dead, and then after that, I was just kind of okay. Let's kind of end the movie, and then there was like, still like 30 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Yeah. Oh, I will say this. I really respect Guillermo del Toro as an artist in the sense that I really relate to him as an artist because I think while none of his I don't think ever any of his works have really blown me away.
Yeah,
Like there's no Guillermo del Toro film where I'm like that movie is like, a 9 or a 10 or
same.
changed my life
Yeah,
or
the
anything like
highest I
that.
have a
But
Guillermo del Toro movie is at an 8.
yeah, I think that's for me too. I don't even know if I have any of his movies at an 8. What do you have at an 8?
I think I have Pan's Labyrinth and Crimson Peak, both at an
Oh,
8.
okay. I haven't seen Crimson Peak, but um yeah, I might have Pan's Labyrinth at an 8. I can't remember, but I don't think so. I think it's at a 7. But
Yeah,
regardless, um I think he's honestly like one of the storytellers that is most similar to me in terms of the kind of stories that I want to tell. He's very like monster focused. He likes monsters,
you do have it
dark
at a 7.
fantasy,
Yeah.
horror. I feel like I relate to him as an artist as far as like the breadth of content that I want to create, which
Hmm.
is like I'd love writing horror, but I would also love to, write like a Godzilla style kaiju thing at some point.
Yeah.
I like like dark comic booky stuff like Hellboy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like his body of work is I would say the closest to what I would want to, have my legacy be
Yeah.
as an author or
Yeah.
something.
It's
So
interesting because I agree with you. I feel similarly in that sense. Like I also feel a kindred spirit with Del Toro often,
yeah.
in terms of the stuff that comes out of my head, in the similarities that there are often in terms of like stuff that I may or may not write sometimes.
Yeah.
But that being said, what do you rate this movie?
Probably probably like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give this movie a 6, but their point has been deducted.
For the roaches.
Yes, so this is a 5.
Damn, dude, you're not
I'm
kidding.
not kidding, dude. That's like offensive to me. That like offends me. That takes like so much joy out of me, and then it affects the rewatchability of the film. Like it
Oh
affects
man.
that because then I don't want to rewatch it. So it's a
I
five
don't
out of
think I've
10.
ever met someone who dislikes roaches as much as you,
No, dude, it's a
honestly.
5. It's a 5 out of 10. It's like cardinal sin for me. It's like it's not happening. Um,
I love
but
it. You can't even like talk about them. Like when we were on the House on Haunted Hill episode when Jack
uh,
was talking about his bad encounter, you were just like, "Let's get off of this guy."
yeah, no, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it.
I just love how you just tap out.
I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. It's too much. Anyway, that's Guillermo del Toro, everybody. Now I want to do a game with you. Okay. So, sir, I want to play with you a game. It's like I'm the guy.
Jigsaw.
Yeah, it's like I'm Jigsaw. Um, and it is I searched all through the internet, used Reddit, used a lot of lists, and I want to cover the greatest horror movies of all time, right? And I'm gonna do a versus with you. So that you're gonna have to choose one. That one will move forward to the next round. So there's an elimination, okay? And I've tried to pair these movies with movies that kind of make sense, them being paired off against each other. All right? Are you ready?
Bring it. Bring it on.
At the end of this shall determine what is, in your opinion, the greatest movie of all time amongst
Sure.
all of these like highest rated ever movies.
You talk about the greatest horror film of
Horror
all time.
films, yes.
Gotcha.
So it's a horror
Gotcha.
face-off.
Sure. All right.
All
Bring
right.
it on, bitch.
So your first one is going to be The Thing, 1982, versus The Shining, 1980.
Oh man.
They're all going to be tough.
That is really tough right there, man. Um, that is really tough.
They're all gonna be tough. They're all gonna be real tough, dude. They're all
Oh,
they're all like the greatest movies, the greatest horror movies ever.
oh man. Um, I guess I probably gotta go. I have to go with The Shining because there's a universe in which I could see myself saying The Shining is the greatest horror movie of all time.
Okay.
I don't see myself saying that about The Thing. I mean, I think The Thing's great,
Yeah.
but I don't see myself saying that about that movie. Where I could see myself being however many years old, like 35, and suddenly being like, you know what? Now I think The Shining is the best. So I'll go with Shining. What about you?
Okay, so you're taking Kubrick. Um,
Yeah.
I am also going with The Shining. That would be my
Yeah,
personal
I
pick.
figure.
Because The Shining is just so classic and iconic. I mean, both of these movies are. Personally, I've seen The Shining more, and I just have more for The Shining. And The Shining, I think, also has, I think, probably the most. Not that this really makes any difference to me, but probably the most like studied horror movie of all time. The movie that people have debated the most, the meaning of a lot of like what's going on in there. So it almost feels like an
Yeah.
endless rewatchability to that movie. But it's
Have you ever
close.
seen Have you ever
I've
seen
not.
Room 232 or whatever?
No, I've not. I haven't seen
237?
the documentary. I know there's a bunch of cooks being like, it's about this and the Indians and the
Oh
moon.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Dude,
theories.
it's ridiculous. It's like tinfoil hat shit. But it is like, I mean, there are interesting parts of it that I do buy into.
Yeah,
And Kubrick that guy was just a madman.
he
He was
was
just
a madman.
littering
Yeah.
stuff all over these movies on purpose.
Yes, yes. Um,
But yeah, so there's a lot of, if anything, even if you're not into, which I know I know you're into that stuff, Edward, picking films apart,
yeah,
obviously. That's why
yeah,
we have this podcast. But
yeah.
for those listening, even if you're not interested in that, if you're even interested in like Easter eggs, then I still would recommend it because you'll notice they point out a lot of shit
Yeah,
in that in The Shining.
yeah.
I think probably my favorite thing in that documentary was someone was like, the room that Jack Nicholson's character is not supposed to go into in the
Mm-hmm.
hotel, the haunted room.
Mm-hmm.
It's like room 237 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, and the Earth or the moon is 237,000 miles
It's
from
like
the
his
Earth.
admission. They
So,
faked
and
it.
it's, well, yeah, they were saying that, yeah, that because there's a whole thing about Kubrick filming the fake moon landing or
Yeah.
whatever. And the person was like, so that's why he named it that, because that's the room where the secrets are kept.
Yeah. I knew it was. I know it's a bunch of. I've seen some clips. Like I know it's a bunch of like stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But in any case, The Shining moves on. The Thing eliminated. Next two is a modern classic, Hereditary, versus a classic, The Exorcist.
Hereditary.
That's simple, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I gotta say Hereditary. But I do want to see The Exorcist again because it's been a while and I've only seen it once.
It has been a
What
while.
about you?
I mean, this one's tough for me, dude, because I'm just thinking about The Exorcist, like that scene where the girl comes down the stairs, like walking on her hands and feet. Um, all of
Yeah.
the exorcism like scenes, how like of a slow of a burn the movie is when the priest jumps from the window to his death. Like
Right.
that movie's so iconic. I'm gonna say The Exorcist.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
The Exorcist.
It's tempting, man. I mean,
Yeah.
The Exorcist is amazing. I mean, yeah, like just the shot that I always remember is when he's in that upstairs landing area and then he kind of cracks open the door to first meet Reagan
Ooh.
and there's that shot
Yeah.
that you see her from his point of view where he's
Mhm.
like cracks open that door and she's like way back in the corner laying in bed just kind of like side-eyeing the
Yeah,
door.
the movie's
Oh,
too intense.
God.
Like to me,
Oh.
the movie's so intense. Like, and you can like jump into like a scene of that movie, like any of those scenes in The Exorcist, like any of the exorcism scenes when they're in the room, and it's just shot on like a master where you can see everything happening in the room, and you can see that character, like that girl in the bed, tied
Yeah.
down. It's too much. The movie's too much.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just too much. So I'm gonna give it to that
And you know how
movie.
you know how you could see have you seen those the hidden demon faces in that movie. Like you can
Yes.
see the demon's face like hidden in certain areas.
Yeah, yeah, it's too much, man. That movie's too
Oof.
much. Like the reason why I paired it with Hereditary is I think it's the most comparable film out of like all the great horror films.
Yeah.
But I give it to The Exorcist. I give it to The Exorcist. Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll see how things stack up. Next one, Poltergeist, 1982. Stubby Hooper. I mean Steven Spielberg. Um,
Right.
versus
Basically.
Sinister, Scott Derrickson.
Oh man. Um I mean Sinister's scarier,
It is
but
scarier.
as far as a great film goes, I would say Poltergeist because I talked about it a couple weeks ago
Hmm.
when I rewatched it. Just the family dynamic and the family, just the way Spielberg, which he wrote it, so
Yes.
this is not even tongue in cheek.
No, he
The way
wrote it.
Spielberg built up those characters and just portrayed the desperation of this family to get their daughter back, you
Hmm.
know, and just these sweet moments in times of terror, you know. Man, just like Poltergeist is the superior film.
Yeah.
And I don't judge horror movies necessarily by how scary they are. Like
Yeah.
that's an aspect, but it's one part of the equation. Like I look at horror as an art form as bigger than just scares, you know? I mean, I would say like The Grudge is probably scarier to me than a lot of, I don't know, horror movies. Like The Grudge is scarier to me than say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
But Texas Chainsaw Massacre is way better, and it's
Yes.
a way better horror film, and it's a
Yeah.
way better movie.
So you're bringing in the quality of the film,
Absolutely.
also, not just
Yeah,
how scary it is.
right. So if we were counting down if this was a scariest movie
It would be
list,
Sinister for sure. Yeah.
I would say Sinister, but this is you know,
Quality, the
from what I
greatest
understand,
horror
this is
films.
quality.
Yes, I agree.
We're talking about horror as an art form. I'm going with
Yes,
Poltergeist.
I agree, and I agree with you with Poltergeist. And so the next matchup is Jaws, so another Spielberg, this time actually directed by him, versus Alien, Ridley Scott.
Oh man,
Dude, these are all
that is-
bangers, dude. I'm telling you.
Holy shit, dude! You're going for blood.
These are all
man.
bangers, dude.
You're taking no prisoners on this list.
Yeah.
Whew.
Tell me your argument. Who is it?
Oh my god, dude! How do I pick?
I know, dude. I know it's tough. Funnily enough, I've seen both of these movies projected in film. I think I saw.
I know which
35
one
of-
you're gonna go
of
with.
Jaws. Alien. It's Alien for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know already.
I think Alien might be my favorite horror movie of all time. Honestly, it's like between that and like The Wailing, I guess.
Okay, yeah, The Wailing's great. I should watch The Wailing again before the season's
I
over.
don't want to. I feel like that movie's like a one and done with me, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh man, I just that fucking guy crawling out of the woods. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Man.
but it's Alien for me. I'm selling out.
I mean, okay, this is where it gets interesting because we're talking about horror movies. So now I'm going a step above, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going one step up where it's like, what's the better movie?
It's
And what's the
debatable.
better horror film?
Yeah.
You know, not even in terms of scary, just as horror art form. Because I mean, Jaws is just so good and such
I
a
feel like
well
the Alien. I feel like
done
Alien is a better
story.
movie from a horror standpoint perspective.
For sure, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
but I think Jaws has a stronger script. Like the camaraderie with those characters.
I would
mean,
say it's
Alien
even.
does
I would say
too.
that in terms of filmmaking, Alien and Jaws are even. In terms of
Okay.
horror, I
Interesting.
think Alien's superior. In terms of
Yeah.
story, I think Jaws might be superior.
Yeah. Since this is a horror list, let's go with Alien because Alien
Oh, I sold you.
it's got the macabre, dude. Yeah, you're right. I
Well,
mean,
but
it's got
also,
the macabre.
you know,
It's
the
got
fact-
the H.R. Giger
Exactly.
biotech, and
Exactly.
like the fucking. It's just a horror gem.
Exactly.
And I love horror,
And the
dude.
fact that again, most of the frames that you look at in that movie, that thing could be anywhere in that frame. You know, it's just masterful. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
And dude, horror is my passion.
uh,
Like every year around Halloween, as the season comes to a close, I say this, like horror is my passion as a person,
yeah,
as a human being on planet Earth. That is what I was meant to do. I was meant to come down here and
horrifying.
in my hopefully century of existence here,
Yeah,
fingers
fingers
crossed
crossed.
that that I'm here. I was meant to tell horror and monster stories. Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong, I like writing other things. If I become a great author, successful, and I get to do this for a living, I would love to also write some crime thriller stuff, maybe even some comedy stuff. Like
yeah.
I love writing other stuff, but horror, monsters, that's that shit I love, dude.
So it is Alien that moves on in this elimination,
Alien.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Next round, Psycho, Hitchcock, versus Misery, Rob Reiner.
I got to go with Psycho. That's easier.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
These are
agree.
good pair ups, by the way, dude. These are perfect pair
Dude,
ups.
I worked on this. Like, this is why I was so excited because I have had this list for like 2 weeks.
Oh, thank God we got to it this time.
Yeah, so I'm happy that we got to it because I made this and I was like, we're gonna have so much fun. But yes, Psycho. I really do like Mystery. And in terms of like my personal rating of the movies are about the same, but I do believe Psycho is the better movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Misery's great. I love Misery. But yeah, Psycho. Yeah, we've talked about it before. It's in my top 10 horror films that from our Halloween special a couple years ago.
Yeah. Next
Yep.
up, it is Carrie, Brian De Palma, versus the Evil Dead, whichever one,
Oh,
either Sam Raimi or the other one. It doesn't matter.
oh my
Whichever one.
God, man. Ah.
Here for the jugular, dude.
Yeah, similar. This is similar to Jaws and Alien, where I got to go with the stronger horror pick here. I got to go with Evil Dead, like because Carrie's a better movie.
It is a better movie.
Like Carrie, just by design, it's not even the fault of Evil Dead. It's just by design. Like Evil Dead's a simple story. You're only going to get so much mileage out of that. Where Carrie, it's like it's a great layered meaningful story,
Yes.
and it's a beautifully made movie. It's a 10 out of 10 film. Easily top 3 Stephen King adaptations, up there with Shawshank and Shining, probably if you're looking at the top 3. But as far as horror goes, like Evil Dead, it's just a gem
It's
of
bone
horror
chilling.
and monsters and gore
Yes.
and atmosphere.
Yes.
Like I love the Evil Dead it's one of those franchises that we just don't deserve. Like it's
It
never
is, isn't it?
really
It's
it's
a
never
gem.
put out a stinker.
Yeah.
They've kept it brief too. They're like, all right, we'll make like one sequel and then we'll wait another 10 years.
Yeah.
They don't just crank them out. Like
Yeah.
and they're great. And
They're
even
great.
Army of Darkness is good. I like Army of Darkness.
great.
That was a good one.
It's fascinating,
Yeah.
right? Because this is one of those instances with Poltergeist and Sinister. It was like, well, the craft of Poltergeist is so strong that it outdoes the fact that Sinister is scary. But in this instance, like, despite the pitch perfect craft of Carrie and De Palma, right? The Evil Dead is like such a perfect concept and execution in its horrifying nature that it just defeats the craft.
Yeah.
It just defeats it. The horror.
I think we're
of
really,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're really getting to the meat of what makes horror great here. I think
Yeah.
it's like it's not all about scares.
No.
And it's not all about craft. It's like everything.
Yes.
It's the whole fucking sandwich.
Yeah. There's something primal about Evil Dead that I feel like it's really difficult to get over. But Evil Dead moves through everybody. I don't know if these are controversial picks. Look, listener, whoever it is, anybody listening, there's a comment section down there. Give us your picks. Like, we're going through this list. We're picking these movies. We're eliminating stuff like The Thing, and stuff like Carrie. What do you guys think? Let us know what would be how you guys would pick these movies out.
Yeah, weigh in.
In any case, next round is Night of the Living Dead versus 28 Days Later.
Got to go with Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Again, I think yeah, like I think this is similar where I almost feel like 28 Days Later is probably a little bit better of a movie, but Night of the Living Dead, like just man, it's just so the atmosphere, just them being stuck in that farmhouse with zombies roaming around in the fields outside.
Hmm.
Oh God.
Hmm.
And it's just so yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. I agree with you. It's just it's like iconic, that movie. The ending of the movie is iconic. How the movie starts is iconic. And even though 28 Days Later is also like a great film, it's less memorable.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it like looks like a potato. I know that was part of the point, but like that also kind of does the movie a little bit bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
don't know if
agree.
you've ever listened to MF Doom and West Side Guns collab. They have a collab EP, which is it's like two songs, but
Mm-mm.
their song "Gorilla Monsoon" samples the ending song of Night of the Living Dead.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah,
I'd have to
it's a
listen to
good
that.
beat. Yeah.
Um, but Night of the Living Dead moves on. Next one is Rosemary's Baby, 68, Roman Polanski, versus The Sixth Sense, 99, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby,
Rosemary's Baby.
easy.
Yeah, easy. I don't even think we need to discuss it. It's Rosemary's Baby.
Nah.
It's Rosemary's Baby. I mean, debate us if you want in the comments. It's Rosemary's Baby. The Fly, 86, Cronenberg, versus An American Werewolf in London, John
Fly.
Landis. The Fly. Yeah, yeah.
Both excellent. They're
Yes,
both
they're
excellent,
both
but The
excellent
Fly is
movies.
just
Yeah,
better.
The
Yeah.
Fly is better, man. It is better. Um, yeah, both of them obviously have this iconic transformations, right? And like iconic special effects and everything. That's what I matched them. But the Fly kind of bodies An American Werewolf in London. Okay, this one's for you. Jeepers Creepers versus Fright Night.
Oh, that's an interesting pair up. I got to go with Fright Night. I love Fright Night.
Yeah,
Jeepers Creepers is definitely scarier. I have them both, I think, at an 8 out of 10.
yeah,
And Jeepers Creepers is a well-loved classic as far as I go. I really like it, but that's a staple. I have that in the rotation every couple years in
yeah,
October. But
yeah. You
Fright
showed me
Night, and I
both of those
have
movies.
yeah, and Fright Night though is very close to my heart because that was like one of the first horror movies my dad let me watch. Like we
Yeah,
watched it together. Like he really likes that movie.
yeah.
And I think that might have been one of the first R-rated movies I ever watched too, and the
Really?
first time I saw boobs on screen.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
and ever since then, my dad and I like every couple years around Halloween, that's like our we'll throw on Fright Night and we can quote that movie. So yeah, Fright Night.
Okay, I'll
What
go
about you?
with your choice. I did those for you, so I'll pick Fright Night for your sake also. Next up we have Ring, the Japanese horror film from '98, versus The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, very
I
interesting.
know you love that Japanese Ring movie.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Silence of the Lambs is like barely a horror movie to me.
Mm.
I've always considered that like just kind of a crime thriller.
Hmm.
Just never struck me as like it's like calling True Detective horror the
Yeah,
first season. It's like
yeah,
this horrifying stuff in it, but it's not horror.
yeah.
So I guess I'd go with Ring, even though
Ring.
Silence of the Lambs is like a masterpiece of a film.
Yeah, so Ring by default. I agree with you. I'll move Ring just because it is like more true to the genre.
Yeah.
And then the last one is an oddball pick, which is Scream. So Carpenter, I mean not Carpenter, Wes Craven. Scream versus The Descent. This is the last one.
Okay. I gotta move The Descent forward. The Descent's a
Yeah,
masterpiece. It's a tough watch too. That movie is damn scary and damn like just claustrophobic, very primal. Like you were
yes,
talking about Evil Dead being primal, like
yeah,
The Descent, it literally puts people in caves and has them
yes,
being hunted by a different species of cave human cave dwelling people, basically.
Yes.
Like that's as primal as it gets. I mean, those are the nightmares of our ancestors,
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
like we're here because our ancestors had to put up with that,
Yeah.
30,000 years ago.
Yes. But okay, so now we have the second round.
What about you with that?
No, the descent
That
for
pairing?
sure, for sure.
Okay.
So now we move on, and we'll pick up the pace a bit here a bit since we've discussed
Yeah,
this
let's
movie
pick
at
it up.
length.
We can pick it up.
The Shining versus Hereditary. Take that, dude.
I gotta go. Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hereditary is just a
Damn,
masterpiece, man.
dude.
And
Hereditary
people
with The
like
Shining.
people will look back on Hereditary in the future and just be like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome. People are a little resistant to it now. Not resistant to it as a movie, but just resistant to calling
It's
it a
iconic
classic.
status, yeah.
Yeah, because people are hesitant with that because it's still new.
Yeah.
So I understand when people are like
been 8
hesitant with that
years.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to call something very recent like completely iconic. It's better than The Shining.
I pick The Shining. For me, it's The Shining over The Exorcist because I booted Hereditary over The Exorcist.
Okay.
So I pick The Shining. You pick Hereditary. The Exorcist is out. Poltergeist versus Alien.
Alien.
Alien. Yeah, 100%. Psycho versus Evil Dead.
Oh,
I
ooh.
know, dude. I know.
For the aforementioned reasons, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. 100%. Night of the Living Dead versus Rosemary's Baby.
For the aforementioned reasons, as Evil Dead, Night of the Living Dead.
Rosemary's Baby. So for me, Night of the Living Dead's out. The Fly versus Fright Night.
Fly.
The Fly. And ultimately, The Ring versus The Descent.
The Descent.
The Descent. Okay, so this is heating up, dude. Next round. The Shining for me, Hereditary for you versus Alien. You bastard.
Hereditary.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it.
That's hard though.
I knew he was gonna
Fuck,
do
dude. I don't know.
Think about it again. Think about it again. I'll give you another
No,
shot.
you're Alien.
Alien,
because
dude. Come
again,
on, dude.
as horror, you're right. Say F for the aforementioned. I'm just gonna say for the aforementioned reasons.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I'm referring back to our conversation about why Evil Dead beats out Carrie.
Yes.
Again, Alien, just the horror
Yeah.
goodness.
Look,
So for the aforementioned reasons,
yeah.
Alien.
I've always had issues with Hereditary. That's beside the point. We have a Hereditary episode. Go watch that. For me, is The Shining versus Alien. Both movies I think are masterpieces. But again, for the aforementioned reasons, it's Alien. It's Alien.
I think Alien's gonna win already.
So The Shining's out.
I'm
Hey,
feeling
dude, don't
it.
spoil it. Hereditary's out. Evil Dead versus Night of the Living Dead.
Evil Dead.
For me, it's Evil Dead versus Rosemary's Baby. It's Evil Dead. And then the last mashup before we get to the final round, it is The Fly versus The Descent.
The Descent.
The Fly. No, The Descent. The Descent, for sure. The Descent.
Okay.
So we're here. We started with like 50 movies or something. I don't know.
Was it that many?
It was a bunch. I don't think it was 50, but it was probably like 20. Or like 20 something.
Somewhere's around there.
Somewhere around there. Somewhere between 20 and 50.
Somewhere between 20 and 100 we had in there.
Everybody, you tell us your pick. We're down to the last three. So this is Alien versus Evil Dead versus The Descent.
And those are the last three standing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think it's got to be between Evil Dead and Alien. I mean, The Descent, I adore The Descent, but it just... Oh my God. Dude.
It was 24 movies. Just to I counted them. It's all on you, dude.
Oh God.
So you eliminated The
It's
Descent.
between. Yeah,
Okay.
eliminate the
I
Descent.
also
We'll just
eliminated The
get that
Descent.
out of the way.
The Descent can be third spot.
It's so hard, man. I gotta say,
Alien or Evil Dead?
I might have to say Evil Dead because I, if you know me, Edward,
I do
you
know.
know how much I love The Fall.
Yeah.
And Evil Dead captures that. In
This
a
is
cabin
close.
in the
This is on a
woods.
racer's edge, this matchup.
It's in a cabin in the woods
Yeah.
in the fall. Good versus evil, fighting demons, people getting possessed, and gore and scary, terrifying makeup
Yeah.
and monsters. And the second one too, you got. But we're talking about the first one. But it just bleeds Halloween. That movie bleeds orange for October, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why I got to go with Evil Dead.
So for Jake, out of this 24 movies, his king of horror, out of this 24 greatest horror films of all time, is Evil Dead. And for me, it is Alien.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it?
Where'd you find that list? Or did you make
it was an aggregate. I made it. It was an aggregate. Like I
Okay.
looked on Reddit. I looked everywhere, just trying to get like a good solid list, and then
Okay.
just pairing up the matches that I thought were going to be like really like fun. Like the Thing
Yeah.
versus The Shining kind of stuff.
I was afraid, and I knew you probably knew better than to do this, but I thought you were gonna. I was afraid you were gonna put Hellraiser in there because I was like, well, that
No, no,
defeats
no,
the
no, no.
purpose for
And
me.
that was
I
the
mean,
point.
I can't.
To me, that was like
that's
the,
gonna win over everything.
no, exactly. But that's the issue because to me that was the setup of the
Yeah.
slasher episode that we did. Where then I could take out all those movies. So for that, anybody who's confused and there's like, why isn't Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or Chucky or Hellraiser, or the Texas Chainsaw, anybody who's asking why those are not here, a few episodes ago, we did a slasher face-off, from which Hellraiser won. Spoilers. But you can go back and listen to that conversation that we had. That's really fun too. And that's why those were excluded.
Well played, Edward.
Yeah, but that's why those were excluded because I wanted to take out that bias. I wanted to take out those movies, and we can have this very healthy discussion. But according to Film Tangents, Alien and Evil Dead are the greatest horror movies of all time. Slashers excluded. That's the Halloween episode. Do you have anything to recap?
Yeah. I'll dude. I've been squeezing out
All the juice out of Halloween.
out of the yeah.
I don't have
the
anything to
Halloween
recap, so
season.
I'll give you the floor, and then you end the episode from there.
Yeah, and I'll really rapid fire this to respect your time,
Go
and
ahead.
we'll cut everybody loose. But yeah, I mean, dude, like it's the last week of October, so I'm squeezing that tube of toothpaste, dude. I'm just squeezing every last drop out because like you said, dude. It comes and goes,
Comes and
man.
goes.
It's just like
Once a
I
year.
squeeze every bit out of the season that I can. So by the time November 1st comes around, I'm kind of like, cool, I'm done. I'm moving on. Like it's not so sad when Halloween ends, and we got Thanksgiving and Christmas on the horizon anyway, so we're all good. And like I love this season so much. So as you might have noticed, Edward, my desk is set up in my living room here so that I could put some horror movies on rotation
While you're
all
working.
week
Yes, I bet
long.
you've watched
Yeah.
like 10
So-
things.
Oh my God, yeah. So okay, I'll start with over the weekend. I did give 3 movies my full attention. I watched The Haunted Palace with Vincent Price. That was all right. 5 out of 10. I gave that. I watched for the first time The Serpent and the Rainbow by Wes Craven. That was pretty
That's when I
good.
watched
It
this.
wasn't as good as it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. There was some scary stuff, including some incredibly frightening buried alive sequences. Obviously, if you know anything about the story, you probably knew that was coming. But and cool like voodoo vibes and all that. I like that stuff, but I thought I was expecting a little more from that. For the first time, I watched Ginger Snaps
Hmm.
Sunday night. I watched that. That was pretty good. Again, I thought it was going to be a little better, but a decent werewolf film. Like a lot of 2000s horror movies, like early 2000s, late 90s horror movies, it just feels like Goosebumps for adults, you know?
Hmm.
Like my girlfriend threw on Buffy the Vampire Slayer a few weeks ago while we were hanging out because she likes that show. And I was like, this just feels like Goosebumps for adults. Like it just
Yeah.
has that same feel, you know?
Yeah.
But Buffy's good, by the way.
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, yeah. My girl likes that show. She got good taste. That's why she's with me.
Not for
And
any
then
other
right, and then throwing a Universal classic in there. I watched The Mummy's Ghost. That's one of the old Mummy sequels. Kind of introduced the idea of Mummy as a slasher villain. Kind of lumbering around in bandages and choking people out. And that was all right. What was really awesome, I watched The Mask of the Red Death
That's on
with
my
Vincent
watch
Price.
list. Roger Corman, right?
Incredible film,
Nice. It's
dude.
good to know.
Like way better. I thought it was just going to be some like, again, like Vincent Price, like, oh, it's like pretty good. Kind of like that Haunted Palace movie, which was also Vincent Price and Roger Corman. No, dude, it's an amazing film. It's fantastic. I mean, he's even got like an Ingmar Bergman thing going on with the Seventh Seal. Like he's got but a guy in like a red cloak,
Yeah.
like in the beginning with this
Well,
incredible
that's exciting.
set.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, it was like a horror, it was like a colorized horror version of the Seventh Seal
Yeah.
almost. Like it
Interesting.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I watched Friday the 13th, Part 6 of Jason Lives.
Okay.
Surprisingly, not bad. Ridiculous, but not bad. It's fun.
Yeah.
And there's some nail biting moments. And again, like better than any slasher movie that's coming out these days.
Yeah.
I mean, not any, but most. I mean, I would sooner watch Jason Lives than like that movie Freaky with Vince Vaughn that came out a couple years ago. Like that Freaky Friday style slasher movie. Like, it was pretty good. Some pretty good sequences. And they updated the score too. Like they have this more high pitched layer that they added to the strings in the Friday the 13th score. But yeah, it was fun, man.
Good.
Dude, for the first time today, I watched Terrifier.
Yeah, I'm looking at your review. You said all right.
All right,
Yeah.
dude. This one,
One
dude,
star.
Terrifier is shit. Oh my God. So
One
I've never
star.
seen Terrifier. Of course, we all know Art the Clown at this point. He's a modern horror icon.
Yeah.
And I like that. It gives you, again, we talked about we lost the monoculture. So it is cool to go, like earlier this month, my girl and I went to a haunted house
Yeah.
attraction. There's a guy there dressed up as Art the Clown.
Yeah.
It's like it's,
And you're not
waving
alone. This
knife
movie has a
at us.
2.4 rating, so I guess people are not very happy about this movie.
Yeah, and like I think it is awesome that we have Art the Clown as like a modern horror icon, a slasher icon. That is cool. I like that. But man, like I thought this movie, I was like, this will just be like kind of a, kind of shitty, maybe average, like gory movie. No, this movie is disgusting and terrible, terrible, and just boring too. Like it's really boring.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I am still shockingly interested in seeing Terrifier 2.
Well, that one has
because then
better
they got
ratings.
and they got a budget and they really went balls to the wall with that one. And apparently that one has some more interesting like ideas in it. And they give
Interesting to know, though, the movie that you watched is
Yeah.
an hour and 20 minutes, and the 2 is 2 hours and 18 minutes. So it goes up by
I
a
know.
whole hour.
Yeah, which is crazy for a slasher movie, but
Well, you let us know your findings once you watch the second one.
yeah, I might save that one for next year. But
Yeah.
and then one that I love throwing on the rotation pretty much yearly is 1959's The Mummy. My favorite, besides the Brendan Fraser Mummy film, I think this is the best Mummy movie. Besides that one, Peter Cushing. It was Christopher Lee as the Mummy. And it was part of Hammer, the British company, Hammer Films, Hammer Productions, their whole cycle of remaking the classic like Universal monsters, but putting their own spin on it and putting them in color. And this is a fantastic movie. Like The Mummy, 1959, highly recommend it.
I plan on watching it for sure.
Yeah, it's great. They perfectly balance. Like they do that whole like kind of slasher thing with The Mummy, but he looks better. He's not as goofy as like those older black and white ones. And the movie kind of takes itself seriously, and it works too. Very interesting. There's not a lot of camp in this movie, and the way the story unfolds and the way it uses flashbacks to give information too was really interesting, especially for a 1959 film. There's like, just an interesting presentation of information. And then some really interesting themes of xenophobia and colonialism and like, I guess like tomb desecration and stuff in this movie that are really interesting. Like it kind of reminds me a bit of The Wailing in terms of like the xenophobic themes in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so highly recommend. I started a novel called Breakout by Paul Herron. It's a prison escape revenge thriller. I'm loving it so far. And that's it for me.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this spooky segment of section, I guess, of this season of Film Tangents. And I hope everybody has a good Halloween. Stay safe and enjoy the holidays, everybody.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, this might come out on Halloween or it might be a few days removed, but either way, I hope everyone has a great Halloween. Stay safe. And I don't know what my pick is going to be for next week, but I know I want to pick probably a comedy or something like that, just to get us out of just to firmly take us out of the spooky season and into November. So stay tuned for that, guys. Happy Halloween and party hard.
Next time, everybody. See ya.